A cute ponytail style can be achieved in just little tiny tips and tricks. What I like to tell my curly-haired clients is that why don't you go ahead and add a little bit of a braid to it if you want to see a little bit more texture and add something a little more fun. At Dream Dry, we have something that's called the messy pony with a braid. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate today. What you need to go ahead and do is establish your parting. Once you figure out that your client prefers to be parted on either side, you look at your heavier side, and from about 2 inches back all the way to the ear, you will create a subsection in the hair, and this is for your braid. The rest of the hair you'll gather. You can make this as low or as high as you want. Pull the hair into a nice little ponytail. You can always come back to that later. I like to ask my clients if they prefer to have their braid done in a traditional French braid, or as we at Dream Dry like to call it, the Bianca, which is inside out. It sits on top of the hair rather than flat like a regular French braid. So for instance, with her curly texture, I feel like the inside out braid might show more. What you'll do is start with the smallest subsection towards the beginning of the part, and you're going to be taking sections that go under and over. The bigger the subsections you take, the more the braid will pop and you'll be able to see it sitting on top of the hair. I like to apply a little bit of product, not too much. I think that these braided hairstyles look really cute when you have a little bit of something around the hairline. You don't want it too slicked back. It looks kind of romantic and soft. With curly hair, you have to make sure you can delineate between your 3 subsections. Now, it's not necessarily to braid all the way down towards the end. You want to make sure that at least the hair is long enough to reach the ponytail holder. So once I feel like I've gotten far enough down, go ahead and take a rubber band, one that coordinates with the hair color. In this instance, I'll use a darker one. Now this is a moment where I tell my client to look in the mirror. If she thinks that her braid is big enough, we can leave it as is. We have a technique we call pulling, where you take the edges of the braid and you pull, and this kind of opens it up a little bit. Pulling also helps for when you go ahead and pin the braid back. It hides this subsection that you created at the beginning. It's also easier to start pulling towards the bottom. It frees up a little bit of room as you move towards the top of your braid. So once I feel like I have my braid how I want it, I will go ahead and pin it with a few bobby pins. You can also use straight pins as well. Covered her part pretty well. Once I've figured I have my ponytail height where I want it, you can go ahead and take a foundation mist, spraying the hair just a little bit, scrunching to give a little bit of control. And if you feel like you want more individual curls, you can go ahead and take a cream or a pomade and twist some of the curls around your finger, making it look more formed. And this is how to do a cute ponytail style with curly hair.